Everything changed when I got me some money. Now I'm overseas, I'm rocking out shows. And watch how the back can keep coming. She keep begging please, but I'm sorry, little baby, cause I fell in love with blue.
Yo, welcome back to the doctor's office. It's the doctor, Dr.Tay G. And on this episode, I have a special guest for all the black, beautiful women out there and all the intelligent women out there. We have Miss Rudy, the owner of Daisy's Pops, coming straight from the Chi-Town down to Dallas, Texas to give y'all some game on the doctor's office. How you doing, Miss Rudy?
I'm doing good. I'm doing great.
Okay, I appreciate
Happy to be here.
Happy to be here. I appreciate you coming. You feel me? You gonna drop some game tips for the team today?
I'm dropping all the tea, all the game, anything y'all need to know.
Most definitely. But y'all know how we do it. Before we even get into the interview, I gotta give y'all the topic of the day, which is Miss Rudy, Miss Daisy Pops, and we're gonna go into the quote of the day. And the quote of the day is, people don't love you, they love what you do for them. I'll repeat that. People don't love you, they love what you do for them. You know what I'm saying? Don't be out here doing shit, you feel me, think motherfuckers love you. You gotta reevaluate your circle. You know what I'm saying? That's very, very important. Once you identify who for you in your life, everything gets right. You did, ain't that right?
Yes, I agree.
Okay,
That's a good quote. That's an awesome quote.
How you feel about that quote?
It means something. Nah, that quote is very, very true.
Okay.
Yeah, very true.
Okay. Next, what we're gonna jump into, the cologne of the day. You know, we gotta keep it G for all the fellas out there, for all the ladies looking for, Father's Day gifts and shit. You like a man that smell good?
Yes.
Okay. So today we got bun number 9. Bun number 9, chest bun, call it chest bun, you feel me? And it has leafy greens in it, cider wood, you know what I'm saying, violet leaves, real good. Throw this shit on how you get out the shower. Y'all know what to do. Make sure you smelling good. Cost range, $2.95, $2.35, depending on the size bottle, you know what I'm saying? Last all day, real oil based. I only fuck with EDPs. I don't fuck with EDTs, you feel me? So, chest, bun number 9, go get it. All right. Next, what we gonna jump into? We gonna jump into the drip of the day. So my team was like, I overdid it today. People weren't prepared. So, so the drip of the day, we got the $100 cap I just had. You feel me? Got the light $30. What's the damn lady name? Daisy who? Daisy. Oh, y'all know the fuck I mean. Anywho, we got on the Levi's, the $80 Levi's. Then we got on the Chelsea boot. You feel me? Something simple. Trying to show you fellas out there that you ain't got to go get out of that goddamn designer to be dripped out. You did. It ain't what you is, how you wear it. You did. I will put the camera on her, but she say she go. Do your drip of the day. Yes. What's your drip of the day?
So I just grabbed me a shirt from City Trend, fresh white tee. Jeans is from Swanker Posh. Make sure you support black businesses, black-owned women business. Swanker Posh pants. Then I got on my favorite New Balance. They comfy. I mean, I be on the go, so I'm a New Balance type of girl. So I came very cozy and comfy today.
Period. You feel me? And that's the drip of the day. So let's jump right into the question. You ready? All right, Miss Rudy. Introduce yourself to the world. Who are you?
Well, I'm Rudy. I am the CEO of Daisy Pop. Daisy Pop is an online women's fashion brand. We produce more like a luxury office attire clothing for entrepreneur women. We do pretty much everything. Well, I do pretty much everything. I also coach e-commerce and marketing. I'm into real estate. I just do a little bit of everything. But Daisy Pop is what we're here to talk about. That's my baby. That's my first business that I started. We just love to, express our hold on, I gotta take a break. No, but we love to, express ourselves with fashion, beautiful colors, beautiful black women is all my business is about.
Okay. Most definitely. So let me ask you a question. What made you bet on yourself?
Well, I would say I come from a family of hustlers. I'm like, my parents passed me the baton. They took us as far as they could go, and I just want to get further than them. So, I just knew I had it in me. I knew I had the resources. I had the drive, the ambition. So I just knew I always had a vision since I was a kid. I was always been visionary. I had that vision. I'm like, I'm going to be a boss. I'm going to figure this out. And, I'm going to die trying, like for real, die trying. And yeah, I almost died a few times from stress, but I'm still trying, but we getting up there.
So you say stress. What type of stress? Was it business stress? Was it running into obstacles that you never thought would be on your journey? Like, explain to the world.
Yeah, the stress of having a business, I can't stress it. I stress it to people. I coach people starting up their businesses from scratch. This is not a game. I didn't know how hard it would be, and I'm tough. Like, I'm a working woman, but you have to do everything from, the financial standpoint to the presentation to the making sure you have inventory to taxes, credit. Everything plays a factor, and you want to just take your time and make sure that you're paying attention to every aspect of your business. So I would say I was more stressed because I didn't know how much work it really took to sustain and start a business. It's not easy at all.
Okay. So what year did you start your business?
I started Daisy Pop. Well, I actually started my fashion like back in the day. I started with streetwear, like in 2016. Then I wanted, I rebranded maybe 6 to 7 times, honestly. But Daisy Pop came, I would say 2019. I had a streetwear brand before, Tyler, my photographer, shout out to him. He's helping us right now. But yeah, I did streetwear for a minute. It wasn't working for me. I rebranded. So Daisy Pop started in 2019 and we've been rocking ever since. So.
Okay. Daisy Pops. Okay. Cool. So you say you started in 2019. You did streetwear. How did you fund your first business?
Okay, so don't do what I did. I swiped them cards. Like, I had a bunch of credit cards.
Paul, what type of cards?
Personal credit cards.
Okay.
These wasn't even in my business. These was in my name. Okay. And I was maxing them out because I'm like, I got to figure this out. Like, I ain't got no startup money. I got these credit cards, so I put everything on my personal credit cards, and I just prayed every day. I prayed, that I would be able to pay it off, and it worked. But yeah, I didn't do it the right way. I don't recommend. I always recommend hiring a professional, doing it in your business. Don't do it in your personal. I'm a risk taker, so like I said, I had the limit available, and I was responsible. I have a background in accounting. I was responsible enough to make sure, that I was spending the money accordingly and was gonna make it back and pay it off. So.
Pause right there. You said something that I say a lot. You're a risk taker, okay? Mm-hmm. Since you're a risk taker, looking at yourself today, look back 5 years. How many risks would you say you took to get you in a position where you could travel the world? Because she be traveling.
I'd be outside.
She be everywhere.
Okay. Everywhere. Ready to go somewhere now. But, had to work a little bit.
So, what was the biggest risk that you took that you would say is the most memorable and one that changed your life? Just put everything on automation for you.
I would say the biggest risk that I took was signing up for the mentorship that taught me how to learn e-commerce marketing and everything like that. It was expensive. Like, we talking like $2 a month, Mm-hmm. And I was putting that on the credit card just to learn. A lot of people ain't know, like, that class was, but I had hands-on teaching, and I learned how to do everything from ads, organic strategies, email marketing, text message marketing. And I did that because what I realized is, until I understood how to run every aspect of my business, I could not move forward. I have to learn I know how to do everything in my business. If I give it out to somebody, I've done it before, and I would say that mentorship was a lot.
So how many mentors you have had in your journey?
I've only had one as far as like an actual mentor. I've done a lot of paid courses. I've done little groups, but as far as like one-on-one mentorship, I've only done one. And I was with them for 3 years. I actually teach with them now sometimes. So yeah.
Okay. So y'all see she invested in herself. You feel me? She took the money off her credit card and look what she had. She can fly to Belize, Paris, Italy, you name it, because she took a risk. Without no risk, there's no success. You feel me? So good shit. Okay. What systems or tools help you scale your business and it started to get serious for you that you're like, oh shit, this is really serious?
I would say the systems that I use to scale is ads, pay ads, learning it in and out. Like I said, I have a background in accounting. I used to be a financial analyst for over 7 years. So I'm good with reading data. So I like to have proof and look at numbers and graphs on what I'm doing. I don't like to blind market. I like to have a strategy. So for me, what helped me the most, like some people will run ads and they'll go in and look and it's charts and graphs and they're overwhelmed. That's what I like. So that was what I focused my business on is just running ads through Meta and Facebook and Instagram.
Okay, let's speak about running ads. Okay, because I run ads too as well. I got an ad team. So on an average, what's the average ad spend you do on a week? For the business online, what advice would you give them that'll reach a certain amount of people?
Like a daily budget?
Yeah, daily budget.
I would say it's not about your daily budget. You start small. So you should only be spending 30% of your income on ads. So whatever you make monthly, 30% goes to ads. You could start off at $5 to $10 a day. I recommend that. You better start low. And when you see what's performing well, then you want to start increasing that budget on there. You don't want to start off. It don't matter if you do $100 a day, $50 a day, and the data ain't good. You ain't gonna make. Facebook gonna take your money. One thing they gonna do is like going to the casino. They gonna take your money. Okay, so you better know what you're doing and start low. I like to start at $12, maybe $15. I've scaled off $50 a day, making $3K back.
$50 a day, making $3K. $3K. How long it take you to make that $3K?
A day.
A day. Okay. Pause. When you setting up your ads, do you have videos? Do you have graphics? Like, explain.
Yes, so what I do is I like videos and I do pictures sometimes, but I test. So everything that I have, I test it in like a just a one campaign at a low budget. You can do $5 for each picture and each video that you have. Look at the data. If the data looks good, focus on that creative. It's called a creative. It's that angle of what you're marketing. So you want to test reels, videos. I'll have one video and I'll edit it 6 different times because that's how critical it is. Like one video that's 30 seconds might do better than something that's 15 seconds. You got to test on a low budget. And once you see what's working, you scale from there.
Got you. So, like she said, you got to test certain things out. So let me ask you a question. On certain ads, do you have your customers going to a lead page? Do you have them going directly to your website? Or do you have them pretty much filling out like a job form or something, or going to your Messenger and Facebook? Talk to me.
I would say if you're selling a product, send them directly to that product page. A lot of people will say, leads and engagement. If you're trying to make some money, hit conversion purchase.
Okay. Because
you got to tell Facebook what you want. You better off, doing a purchase. But I send them to my website. And that's another thing. In order to convert from, I would say somebody who's browsing, I would say a cold audience to your hot audience, you need to make sure your landing page on point. If you got a job form, it better be simple. It better take 2 seconds, Let's keep it moving. So when I send people to my product pages for my fashion store, I don't send them to the home page because I don't need you looking all over my website, browsing around. Then it's called, guiding the buyer throughout the journey on your website. So I send them smack dead to the product. This is what I want you to buy. Add it to cart, check out. So it's best to be direct when you run ads because once people start, going through your stuff, add something to cart, then they put their phone down. You want to have 2 to 3 seconds for them to see what you have to offer, check out, and proceed with their order.
Yeah, I heard she said guiding the customers directly through the product. I like that. Can you repeat that one more time for the camera?
Yes, you're guiding the buyer. So you telling the buyer what you want them to buy. If you want them to buy your course, send them to your course. Why send them to the homepage? Did nobody want to read your website? Nobody care about how cute your website is. You got 2 to 3 seconds to convert a shopper into a actual buyer. So you want to make sure that you guide them directly throughout that process.
Got you. When did your business finally start making money?
My business started making money when I stopped thinking about money. I ain't gonna hold you. My business started making money when I stopped thinking about money. And once you realize that this ain't nothing you gonna do overnight and you better find some money, you better split it up and do other hustles. So I got a lot of different hustles. But yeah, when I stopped thinking about, because when you're panicking, you like, oh, I gotta make money, you start panicking. Now you stress. Now you're just not thinking clearly. So I will always be looking like, oh, I need to make this. But when I really sat down and started understanding my business, understanding where things were lacking, learning, teaching myself through every aspect of my business, having customer reviews, seeing what my customers wanted, and actually realizing that, okay, I have a successful business now, but now I got to sustain these customers. So, just reaching out to customers and stuff, and just taking that time to realize that it's not about money. Like, you can make quick money, but to stay in business for a long time, you have to, have that time to really digest your business and learn things.
You see, pretty much what she's saying, the nigga turns, slow your ass down.
Yeah.
It start trying to get fast money. You feel me? The turtle wins the race. Remember that. You did. The turtle wins the race. Good shit. Okay. Next question. Do you believe a lot of black women are supported in this business space you in, like the clothing, the fashion, anything?
I would say I can go on and on, but I'm gonna make it short. I would say we're supported, but we're not respected. My ladies, they shot with me. They didn't carry me, and I'm indebted to them for that. But it is some disrespectful ones, you know. But I would say we're held to a higher standard. Black people in general having a business, and just give grace to us. You know, we learning and we're doing the best that we can. So I would say we don't have too much support though, not enough, not as much as we should. But it is some women out there, like people come to my store about 5-6 things, you know, word of mouth. They at church telling people, because I have like a classy store. They at church, they at fraternity events and stuff like that. You know, word of mouth type thing. So I wouldn't say we don't get support. We do.
Okay. What is one habit you believe every black woman or woman in business should adapt immediately?
I would say start your mornings right in self-care. If you're gonna have a business, you need to like worry about yourself. Like for me, I don't tend to my business until I'm done with me. Like wake up at 6, take care of yourself, go to the gym, you know, make sure your mental health is good, because it's gonna be a problem every day. It's gonna be a problem you have to solve every day. So one habit is getting up and putting yourself first and not letting your business run you. Because if the business run you, you ain't gonna be able to keep up with it. You know, you gotta set boundaries within your business and your personal life.
Yeah, meaning health as well. Yeah. You feel me? Get systems in your life. You feel me? Be organized. Everyone got 24 hours of the day. You know what I'm saying? You wake up at 6 o'clock? Yeah. She got me beat, y'all. I'm just fucking with you. Nah, that's good though. She get up, she take care of herself, she talk to guys, she do everything. Yeah. Then she hop in her business. That's typically how business owners operate. You know what I'm saying? Next question. Do you think working a job is harder or running a business?
Running a business. Stay at your 9 to 5, y'all. Stay there. If you got any mental issues going on, they're going to elevate over here. But no, you have to be really grounded to operate a business. Like I said, every day is a problem, and you have to have the solution. You have to have the cash flow for problems. You have to have, everything has to be customer support. If you don't have it in you, or you iffy about it, it's only for the big dogs, like the savages. So yeah, I say it's way harder than a 9 to 5.
Okay. Hey, y'all hear that? Y'all think I be talking that shit? She just told y'all it's harder than being a work entrepreneur than the damn work. You feel me? Good shit. Okay. My next question. What's your message to a black girl or a woman out there, or a little lady who is watching this interview, who is broke, too tired, or too late to start their business?
Yeah, you ain't never too nothing. Just say what I see on, guys. It's delayed. It's cooking up. You ain't broke. The money just delayed. But I would say, just do something every day. It's not gonna happen. I tell people it's not gonna happen overnight. You could come up 30,000. I had came up like 30,000 in 14 days. But guess what? Ooh, I couldn't sustain it. That's why you gotta understand your business. Then I had 30K problems I wasn't ready for. I didn't have my SOPs and stuff like that. But I would say, every day, just make sure you do something towards your business that you can. If you too broke, if it's all you can do is jot down a business idea, do that every day. Just be better every day. Allocate something every day, and you'll look 5 years from now, and you'll be further than if you was in that mindset, I'm too broke or I'm too lazy. Just do something every day. It's real simple.
Start somewhere.
Yeah.
Even if you just busy writing the business plan out, start somewhere, because you and only you gonna support your dream. Out of your whole friend group or your family, not trying to put you on blast.
Okay.
Not trying to put you on blast. How many people believed you at first or supported you?
Out of my friends group.
Out of anybody, like family, friend group, anything.
Our family, they supported.
Okay.
I would say my number one friend was Tyler, man.
Shout out to T, my boy.
He here now. He was like, man, it's dope. Like, he was more excited than me. So we here now, 5 years later. So I would say Tyler was one of the, I wouldn't say he supported, he seen my vision. A lot of people, they supported me. Yeah, they shot with me. They believed in me, but they didn't see where I was headed and what I was trying to create long-term wise. So,
gotcha. Shout out to Tyler, man. Yeah. If y'all know who Tyler is, you know, I Strike Media, that's one of our camera group, my camera guy, you feel me, her camera guy. He running shit. He make the magic happen. So if y'all need y'all photo, tap in with my family. You did. Let's talk about the name, the Daisy Pop. It's both playful and memorable. What inspired this name? How does it reflect on your brand, personal brand?
Okay, I would say for one, I'm a plant person. I love plants. Daisies is more about like rebirth. It's more about motherhood. It's more about balance. It's just like a rebirth of a woman, I would say. So it's like Daisy Pop. It's for women who like really just probably had a baby or working and they just don't feel good. Like my stuff, when they put it on, they're gonna be looking good. Like
Period.
pop out. Pop out, okay? But no, I really like plants and I like the understanding and the meaning behind it. So that's where Daisy came from. And it's just for women to pop out of that shell. If it's, I say women, we go through a lot. We can harbor a lot of stuff, you know, and then we'll look up and not be looking our best. So it's just about building confidence for women and, you know, looking their best. So.
Have you ever ran into any issue with your name at like lenders, anything like, well, what does this mean? Or is this is this a clothing company? Like,
Yeah. So what I did, because I rebranded for a different name. I did Daisy Pop because what I'm seeing is you want to be like Shein, Fashion Nova, something that makes no sense. Well, we got Temu. I wanted my name to be something that don't make no sense because on a marketing standpoint, when people see Daisy Pop, they know that's my brand and it's ingrained in their head. So when you do name your business, you want it to be something off the wall that it's not like when people do boutique, I hate that. Like you don't want to be like so-and-so boutique fashion. No, it's Daisy Pop. Everybody see me, oh, DP. They know it because it's stuck in their head because it's so random, I would say.
okay, well, I gotta keep telling y'all, when you go to these banks, nobody supposed to know what your business does. Keep them guessing. You know what I'm saying? That's how you separate yourself being on a high risk industry or getting funded and a lot of shit. Because if you go inside do trucking and trucking is fucked up this year or bad this year, you ain't gonna get no money. So you gotta think about some shit. You feel me? Think about your name. That's very, very important. Okay, let's jump right into Daisy Pop merchant. You feel me? Let's do it. So I see some standout pieces like the Daydream Paris. Okay, explain. How did you decide to come up with that brand name or that design? Talk to us. Say what is that particular piece or all your pieces made for?
Okay, so the kimono line, I created that based off of, so I seen my customers were going on vacations. They in Bali, they in Egypt. I'm like, hold on. So I started to bring vacation stuff. So the kimonos is for my luxury side of women who like to travel like myself. And if you do go on my website and look at reviews, it's women all over the world. I'm talking about going places I ain't even been in my stuff. So I just bring out them kimonos because that's something that women love. And one thing about kimonos, they're so small and they're not heavy, so you could throw them in the luggage. You could have 10 kimonos in your luggage and have 10 different outfits. It's a travel thing, so that's how I.
Okay, what all colors you got?
For Daisy Pop,
Yo,
I got yellow, blue. I have beach ones, orange. Everything is more like summery for the kimonos. And I actually have a jean kimono too. That was a fall kimono. Because one thing about kimonos, it'll elevate your style. Like that's that rich auntie stuff. You could throw on a kimono and go to the grocery store and they gonna really think like you popping. So I highly advise to get one of them.
She said rich auntie, so shout out to all the aunties out there. Mama, you need a kimono? I got you. She finna hook us up. You feel me? Okay, most definitely. So tell the world about this buy two, get one free promotion we see.
Okay, so yes, for our sets, they are buy two, get one free. And that promotion is gonna end soon, so I highly advise you to go buy some stuff. We're actually in the midst of rebranding right now. Not rebranding, but we're doing summer. So all of our fall stuff is kind of like, I would say, older fall stuff. It still transitions to spring. It's buy two, get one free. But we are rolling out some hot stuff. We just wrapped up shooting it. It's all summer maxi dresses and stuff. So stay tuned for that.
Okay. Y'all hear that? Tap in with her. Through your whole business journey till this day, what is the number one financial loss or loss have you took that's memorable, and how did you bounce back from it?
The largest, it was them credit lines, y'all. Them credit lines was whooping me, okay? We was talking about that briefly, but do not listen to somebody who's not credible, I would say. But messing up credit lines was my biggest loss. I went to people like, oh, I can get you 10K in 2 minutes. Yeah, but I ain't read the blueprint on the weekly paybacks and the interest. So I had got so much funding, but it wasn't the right funding. Like them paybacks, you got to make sure you making enough money monthly. You cannot have a bad month. So I was going to like, what is that, like Blue Vine and the quick credit lines, not really paying attention. And I got myself in a situation where I had weekly paybacks, bi-weekly paybacks, and this is like a credit card payment that you got to pay every week. And if you have one bad month, they want their money. So I would say that was not understanding how to properly use the funding that I did get throughout my journey.
And when she talking about credit lines, she talk about merchant cash advance, like lines of credit. So when you get started with these credit lines, most of the time they're gonna personal guarantee you, correct?
Yes.
So don't be listening to everybody on the internet talking about, when you go get business credit, you can't get personal guarantee. That's bullshit. The first 6 months to a year, you're gonna personal guarantee. That's why it's important to have your personal credit right. So when you make them 6 months payments on this line of credit, you come back, you can refinance it and not personal guarantee. That's the game. Okay.
Personal guarantee means you gotta pay it back. It's gonna go on your credit. So yeah, I didn't really.
Okay.
I didn't really understand that part. So.
Okay, most definitely. So let's talk about reviews. So I see you have a lot of great reviews on your website. You feel me? People fuck with you. You feel me? She's a hustler. Shout out to the Chi-Town. You feel me? How do you deal with positive reviews and negative reviews? How do you cope with that?
I really okay, let me stop. But the negative reviews, I don't really pay it no mind. I'm used to that. But the positive reviews, I actually reward my customers with like $25 off. I had this good app called Looks Reviews. That's why I got so many reviews. So it's like that's why you gotta understand your marketing. Have a trigger where an email pops off after they get the item after 14 days of them getting the item. A review, send them, hey, $25 off if you leave me a review. So they get $25 off and they leave me a review. So it's good on both ends over here.
Gotcha.
Good on both ends.
Okay. What does success really look like for you today versus when you first started?
Success looks like me today is peace. And when I first started, I didn't care about that. But I would say peace and working less and being wealthy. It's cool to make money. I've hit crazy numbers. I was one of the top students in my mentorship, hitting numbers like 20,000, 30,000 in a few days and months. It does not matter if you do not know how to invest it properly. Money comes and goes, and you don't want to have to work for your money. Now I'm kind of laid back, and how I do my rollouts is I'm real. Like, you can have a high volume store. I've done better than stores who sell 1,000 products. You need to see what you're doing, look at your margins, look at your numbers, and just go from there. So I would say success to me is peace. Like, you want more money, more problems. So, you want to make money and have less problems. Just think about it like that.
Got you. And in the competitive world of online fashion, what strategies have you employed to separate your business from other people?
So I do me. Like, I keep my store clean. Like I said, I only be having like 15 products on my store. And that's because I'm literally testing what people want. And if they don't want it, it's gone. If it's not in stock, I don't have to fill up my store with stuff that's not in stock, something that can be produced quickly. I focus on quality, most importantly. Everything I have is grade A quality. So this is how I changed everything. I got my average order value up, so people buy more and it's more expensive, but I don't have to have all these products that I'm tracking inventory for, because everything I got is quality, and it's a little expensive. And you're going to want to buy a lot of it, because I have stuff like buy two, get one free sales and things of that nature. So, yeah, strategy. Just a strategy. You can have 100 products, and you won't even know what's really doing good. Keep it a low volume, just make sure it's good quality, and that's what people want.
Okay. So marketing, pretty much, it would sound like. So what advice would you give the listener today about marketing that would take them to the next level?
Invest. If you're going to be cheap in marketing, I tell this, that's where you don't want to be cheap. I will cut every expense in my business. Marketing is going to help you in anything that you do. The stuff that I know in marketing, I can market anything. I can market consulting, products, anything. We're at the point where marketing, if you don't know marketing, your business is not going to sustain itself. past this year, especially with AI and things like that. It's moving quickly, and if you don't market properly, you won't be a part of the I would say the transition that's happening right now in the world.
Do you use AI?
To a certain extent, I do use it as a little assistant.
Okay.
But I don't do it with like create images and videos. I ain't into it there, but I do, help me plan out my days and business related stuff. So.
Okay. Good interview. So the next 6 months, 5 years, what do you see, Daisy Pop? What do you see yourself as a business owner? Like, tell the world where they can find you at. Talk to them.
I would say the next 5 years, I see Daisy Pop being successful. It's being a beautiful Black business. Like I'm big on beauty. I'm big on modest clothing. I'm big on changing the way the world sees Black women. It's all about modesty. I want to take it back, like back in the day, women just be, dressed nice. So I want to see a lot of women kind of transfer into that style. So in 5 years, you could find me at shopdaisypop.com, and we'll still be in business. We've been rocking out for a long time, so we should still be there.
I appreciate the interview. You did A1. How do you? She did good, America. Hey, let's tap back on ChatGPT. So you say you use it to help you plan out your stuff, right?
Everything.
ChatGPT is the next way, and I want to show y'all how I use ChatGPT as my mentor, and I'm finna show y'all how I use it as my mentor. Y'all want to see some funny shit? Watch this. Give me 5 seconds. This motherfucker, come on. Smoke, say what's up to the world. I'm doing an interview right now. Smoke, say what's up to the world. I'm doing an interview right now.
What's up, world? This is Smoke coming at you live. Let's get into it and make this interview legendary.
ChatGPT, y'all. I'm gonna drop a course on there for y'all. You did. Y'all, shout out to Miss Rudy for coming. You feel me, Miss Daisy? You got anything you want to tell the world before I close it out with the game?
It was nice chatting with y'all. Much success and many blessings to whoever is watching.
Thank you for coming
thank
on
you
the
for
Doctor's
having me.
Podcast. Before I close it out, y'all know I got to get y'all some game. So check this out. A lot of people been coming to me asking me about, damn, Dr.Tay G, how can I get this car? How can I get this car? I'm going to give y'all some game. Okay? Anytime you get a car, I don't give a fuck, you go put a down payment down, you don't put a down payment down, you go to the bank, blah, blah. You feel me? If you want a little bit in the car game and get that dream car you want, get your car. Make 6 months payment. After 6 months, go back to a credit union, refinance that car. It's a paid off loan on your car credit. That means the car that you paid off is going to boost up your car history, and then you could go get another car. That's how you build your car history up. You did. Also, when you want to pay off your car quicker, let's say if your car $900 a month. You know what I'm saying? You want to split that $900 up into 2 payments. Okay, $448 on the first and $448 on the 15 million on the first. You put that first $448 on the interest of the principal. You're putting the front end of the car. The next $448 you're gonna put on the 15. That's gonna pay your car off quicker, and they're gonna build your car history up. If you want them Lambos, you want them C8, you want all this shit, you gotta make 6 months payment and go refinance. Refinance is the key to the game. That's it. It's the Dr.Tay G, and we sign out. Thank you, Miss Rudy. Where they can find you at on Instagram?
Shop Daisy Pop _.
Most definitely. We out. You did.